I don't go to school.
So what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur.
All day, nigga. All day, nigga.
You have access to it is you have to deal with people being skeptical about your ideals. But when you have your own bag, if you're skeptical about your own ideals, then you don't have to do it. But if you want to go through with your ideals, you have the bag to do so. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to depend and rely on anybody to be like, oh, well, you know, let's get a little bit more research done, and then we'll figure out if we're going to go through with it. You know what I'm saying? That's when you have access to it, because access to it is great, but when you have your own bag, it's better. Now, you get the official say so. Hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing with the bag. You get what I'm saying? And nobody can tell you, man. It's like you can move the way you want to move. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Like, right now, I'm moving high value. Somebody, a lot more, a lot of people could, like, no matter how I dress, people can, once they hear me speak, and even before they hear me speak, remember I told you that dude walked to me in the store? Then somebody yesterday, this lady who said, this lady that I know, actually, she was like, you know, I just met her recently, though, like maybe for like 2 weeks. And she was like, you know, I like the way you speak and your tonality and, you know, your conversations and stuff like that. So, you know, it's high value. You get what I'm saying? When you get consistent compliments, you know what I mean? So, it just got me real stoked, man, because I'm telling you, when this bag come, man, I'm going to be, I'm not going to even say I'm going to be different. I'm just being myself 100%. Like, and it takes that bag to fully express yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit that I want to do, it's cars that I want to drive, just to fully express myself. People need to feel and understand where I'm coming from when I pull out the Porsche, when I pull out the Lamborghini, when I pull out the Bentley. You know what I'm saying? People got to feel what I'm saying, and they got to feel my emotion. You know what I'm saying? And why I drive it every day, and why I wear Rolex or Patek every day. You know what I'm saying? Who cares if it's 40 grand, 20, 30 grand? You know what I'm saying? I wear it every day because this is a real trophy. You know what I'm saying? This is a real trophy that I have to strive for on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? I've been eating healthier. I ain't ate fast food in a while. You know what I'm saying? Been eating healthier. I've been feeling better. I've been working out. Niggas is just ready, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the takeover time now.
I like that you said that about how when you don't have your own bag, but you have access to somebody else's bag, people are skeptical over your ideas. It's so much resistance. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It's so much unnecessary. And the resistance is like really like unnecessary, but it's also like it's justified too. You know, in a way.
Well, anytime it's somebody else's bag, they're gonna be very skeptical, right? Anytime you're using your own money to fund somebody else's situation, you're gonna be skeptical. And the reason why is because, let's say, for example, if you drive your car and you crash your Maserati, you're going to be like, you're going to be kind of upset, but you're going to be like, fuck, I got another bag, I'm going to get another one, right? But if somebody else crashed your Maserati, you'll be like, what the fuck, yo, right? See, because if you're responsible for a fuck up, then you're okay with it. But if somebody else is responsible for the fuck up that costs you money, you're not okay with it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, for example, my mirror got hit. When I hit my mirror, I was like, fuck, man. You know? But if somebody else would have did that and drive my car, I would be like, yo, y'all be fucking kidding me. I ain't never let nobody, you know what I'm saying? You see what I mean? So,
yo, but you, let me put you onto some game too, man.
Yeah, put me on the game.
Yo, the way these people function is so fucking crafty. Because the same concepts that we talking about right now, how putting up your own bag, you're more likely to get something done and things like that. There's a way to do it that these people be doing it, where it's kind of like just fucking. Like, let me tell you what I mean, man. It's like these people never use their own money. What they do is they make money and they use their money and wealth as collateral to persuade others to loan them money. Then they use other people's money to make themselves more money. But they never use their own money. Meanwhile, they tell people the whole entire time that they were completely comfortable, happy, and satisfied, and that they don't need money.
You know, that's crazy that you say that, because you hear that so often. Oh, don't worry about money. Money is not important like that. You know,
Right.
I would rather have my happiness than money.
I hear that from rich people.
Yeah,
I hear from everybody.
They talking from a perspective of already having a bag and already having a basic needs taken care of. So we have to keep under consideration that we're not in that same position. We try to take care of our basic needs and then continue to grow. They talking from a whole different perspective. Oh, money's not everything. Nigga, I know money ain't everything. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just, money ain't everything, but it's up there with oxygen. You know what I'm saying? You need that shit to survive, man. This shit is crazy. As a matter of fact, the other day, right?
Yeah.
I was in whatchamacallit? What was I about to say? I was going like to send this guy a video. I did a video for him, right? That I know. And we went to his friend's shop because he had a nail in his car. And we went to go pick up his R8, right? He just bought a 2017 R8. That shit fucking clean, yo. I wish I'd have my cameras. I would have got that shit on footage. We went with him to go pick the shit up. Man, that shit was so fucking. It was white, but it was like a satin white. You know what I'm saying? It was like a satin white, and he owns like a performance shop. You know, like one of those performance shops where they do the exhaust on like Porsches and like Audis and you know those type of cars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he went and bought a Porsche 2017. Man, wish I would have my fucking camera though. Man, that shit was so fucking. And then he had put an exhaust on this. That shit was so fucking loud. I mean, I'm like, damn, nigga, that shit. It's 2017. That shit just motivated me. You feel me? Like, it was just extra motivation, man. That's how I looked at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You know
it was like, fuck, man.
Yo, you know the 2018s are out now.
What 2018? What?
2018 whips.
Really?
They out now.
What?
They start coming out in mid-year. Yup.
But it depends on the brand too, though, right?
Sometimes.
I know the Porsche Panamera. Remember the other guy I was talking about, the one that just bought it?
Yeah.
That one just came out like 3 months ago.
Oh, the 2017 joint?
Yeah, Porsche Panamera. Yep.
So I guess it does vary.
Yeah, it varies on the brand and all that
And
stuff.
the type of model too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was just thinking about that shit. I'm like, man, fuck, man, I can't wait till we up in the dealerships and really find shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like laying that shit down. Like, I thought about it. Logically, leasing makes more sense, but it's gonna be those cars that we want to just purchase outright. You get what I'm saying? Because we're gonna either put miles on them, or we're either gonna put miles on them, or we're gonna see them as some type of collector car. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's the only reason why I would buy a car outright is it's gonna be a collector car. We're gonna put miles on them. Like something like the Jeep Grand Cherokees, I would get that car over a Range Rover because you could beat up a Jeep Grand Cherokee like a brand new one, beat it up, drive it for whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then use that your like your S550, your Panameras, or your whatever 7 Series, whatever you want. I'm just ready to secure that fucking bag, man. Like
Get to these options, man.
I'm so hungry for this shit. It's ridiculous, man. It's like niggas is just want it already. You know what I mean? Like niggas be tired of waiting, man.
Yeah, niggas want that shit now,
their
man.
whole life already. You feel me?
Right.
And I just see where people be like, I see why people do shit in the sense of like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna just go get this bag because at the end of the day, man, ain't nobody gonna give a shit, man. We gotta go out and take it. You feel me?
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't understand that.
And you know what
you
else?
have to go out and take that shit.
Yeah, you know what else?
What's that?
The people that already got it ain't gonna teach you how to take. They ain't gonna tell you, oh, you know, you gotta take it if you want it. They're not gonna tell you that because they don't want to be the ones that you take from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I know the feeling.
It's crazy because like you said, man. People always speak from a perspective of money is not everything. I hear that so much, it's just fucking ridiculous. But I feel like it's so contradictory because, like I said, man, these people already have their basic needs taken care of. You know what I'm saying? They already living good. You know what I'm saying? They already see it's easy to say money isn't everything when you have a lot of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's easy to say that.
Yo, and also, when
Yeah.
you're not grinding for none. When you're not grinding for none, when you're not ambitious on advancing your position of comfort, you kind of have to say that money isn't everything. You know, you got to, like, kind of trick your mind a little bit. You feel me? That's what people do on the bottom, too. They say it ain't everything. They never
That's
had no
a fact.
real money.
I was actually looking up some homes in Las Vegas, like in different places, like $2 million house, fucking like a huge ass mansion. It's just because I want to have homes all over. You know what I'm saying? Niggas could just jump into. You know what I mean? Like niggas just want to be comfortable. That's what it really come down to. Like I don't give a fuck if I have like a 6-bedroom to myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just because I might want to sleep in a different room every night. You know what I mean?
Yo. Shit, man.
You know what I'm saying? On everything, man.
It's about them options, man. I don't feel like I'll have too much stuff in my house. Like it'll just be like stuff on the wall, maybe, and you know,
exactly.
some nice furniture, and then that's it.
I agree with you 100%. I was helping this lady move, right? Because one of the people that I work with, he asked me, could I come help her move? Man, she had so much fucking just bullshit. Shit that's just not even necessary. Shit that you don't need. Shit that be at your grandma's house that just stay there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's no use for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like old China cabinets and shit. Like, shit that's nothing's gonna ever happen with. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just want to have the basic shit. You know what I mean? Tables, utensils, and shit like that. And my books and some TVs for the guests. You know what I mean? That's it. And of course, furniture. I don't want no extra shit. You know what I mean? I don't want all the extra, man. Just, that's it. You know what I mean? Because if I ever got to get up and go, I'm going to get my essentials and be out. You feel me?
Right.
That's how I'm thinking. If I ever got to move real quick, boom, I want to be able to grab my essentials and go.
Right.
You feel me? That's it.
Exactly.
Shit's real, man.
Yeah. That's when you liquid mobily. You know what I'm saying? When we liquid in cash and liquid mobily. In terms of our movements, man. We don't ever want to be stuck in one place or attached to any one item. You know what I'm saying? Because when you attach... See, the beautiful thing about money is that the more you have, the less of an attachment you have over material shit. Because you can easily replace it. Like, people be so tied down to their car, or to their house, or to, like, to a Rolex watch or something that was hard to get, because because the less money you have, the harder it is to get something you want, even if you can pay for it. You know? The more of an abundance you come from, the less of an emotional attachment you are to a material object. I don't want to be attached to no objects, man. I don't be attached to no bitches. The more bitches I have, the less attached I am to, you know, the individuals. Even though I love them to death. And that's a good thing. That's smart. Because I'm still cultivating the relationships, you know what I'm saying, that I care about. But it's not like if one broad don't pick up the phone, I'm not fucking tripping, yo. I'm not all stressed out over some shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why we want multiple bags, multiple investments, multiple real estate properties. We want residential. We want commercial.
I agree.
We want private equity.
I just be so hungry for this bag. Like, man, I just think about that shit every day, man. I think that shit every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that fucking bag, man. Every day, all day, that's what I think about, man. I'm just like, man, I need to secure that fucking major bag, man. That's all I think about, man.
Yo, that's insane,
bro.
Yo, we gonna go crazy if we don't secure one. You know what I'm saying? Or we secure one too late, we gonna turn into a fucking maniac, yo.
Yeah, man.
And at that point, you know what? Yo, at that point, nobody's gonna understand us because we ain't no more talking. You feel me?
On everything, man. It's just like, man, what the fuck?
But they gonna get this work though. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Yeah, so I was thinking about you said we have to secure our financial positions, man. I got off the phone with Kia. He was telling me the same thing. You know, he had a lot of shit to say, you know, about it too. You know what I'm saying? Like he was sunning me, and I noticed that everybody got advice, but nobody's giving out a bag.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But they still feel the need that they can sun you. You know, so he's telling me how it's been 3 years and I'm still talking the same tune. You know what I'm saying? But basically, all it was about was Kia Morgan.
Mm.
And I have I can send you the audio too, if you want to listen to it. But another reason why I called you is because he actually is interested in distressed homes, but those rare opportunities. So, like, say if there's like a condo that's, you know, going for $200,000 or something like that, and the seller is like desperate to sell it, and the surrounding condos are like 400. You know, he's looking for like 100% return type shit, so he'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to sell it immediately. He'll hold it. But that's the kind of stuff.
You know the funny thing about those type of people?
Go ahead.
Is that they're everywhere. Everybody's looking for a major deal. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's looking for a consistent small growth. Everybody's looking for a major fucking deal. I mean, I've just noticed that. Look, when it comes to those type of properties, look, I don't have to wait for him, especially since there's not a real connection between me and him.
Yeah.
He can easily jump over to another agent and say, oh, you know, or he goes straight directly and be like, oh, well, no, I'm not going to go through an agent. I'm going to save more money. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, I could present it to an investor, the companies that have millions and millions of dollars that'll jump on in a heartbeat, let you represent them with no problem. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to, like, individual people, they get more shady. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, let me do some research, and they'll try to go behind you to make some money. You know what I mean? When it comes to those investors, why deal with the small investors? And when you can deal with the corporations, I mean, just realistically, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you said, why go after 100 poor people when you go after 5 rich people? You know what I'm saying? With the bag.
Right.
Not saying that he's not in position. It's saying that if it comes down to it, he can easily change his mind. Corporations, they think fast. They go fast. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's looking for a stupid deal. Everybody's looking for a crazy deal. I got a lot. If I find a deal, then I know a lot of people out there that'll jump on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that'll jump on it and let me represent them too. And if and the thing is, he's talking about 200,000. That's too low. That's too low.
Yeah, that's fucking low as fuck, man. That ain't shit.
You know what I'm saying? If he got a bag for real, what he needs to be doing is he needs to up that price point to like $1 million. Because actually, my friend just put a property on the market for $1 million, for $1.1 million. And if you build you could build 2 homes on one lot. So it'll probably cost you another, like, let's say, another $1 million to build another home. So you be in it for like $2 million. So once you're in the property, like, for your total investment of like $2 million with everything, you could sell it for like 2.5. You know what I'm saying? So you'll make $400,000 or $500,000. See, but he want to play the small game. We need to go to another state with that type of bullshit. You feel
That's
me?
what I'm saying. That, like, he's talking about in Santa Monica and Venice. I'm like, yo, what? Are you serious?
For $200,000, come
that
on,
shit's crazy.
Like, that shit don't even exist.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like, come on, like, when niggas do that shit, like, that's how you can see if somebody's serious with that bag. If they put that bag up, you feel me?
Right.
Nigga, you can tell how serious somebody is if they put that bag up. You know what I mean? Look, I'm looking at invest. But at what level? You know what I'm saying? You talking about 200,000, my nigga. How could you be a real serious investor? You talking about investing $200,000. You know what I'm saying? In real estate wise.
Right.
Come on, my nigga. You're gonna need like $500,000.
Right.
You're gonna need $500,000 because if you do find something for 200,000, you're gonna probably have to put like 60, 70 in it. You feel me? So you need 300,000. And he talking about Santa. See, that's another thing too. People always trying to find Santa Monica, Beverly Hills. You know what I mean? All these these areas that are already like on the uptrend. You know what I'm saying? That already have been the areas that have already had the growth already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oversaturated.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to find real growth, you're not going to invest in McDonald's because McDonald's make billions of dollars. But what's the potential for more growth?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You need to find areas that have a potential for high growth. You know what I mean? Because if you that's in an area like Beverly Hills, then you gotta remember the potential for growth is not gonna be as high as a certain area of LA. You know what I mean? Like a certain part of LA, because you're looking at it like, oh damn, you know what I mean? It went up 100,000. See, people be on some other shit, man. People be on some other shit for real, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, and this dude wanna come at me like, you know, I'm not making progress or something, because I'm not talking, because I wasn't talking a bag. I'm not bringing a bag to him. So it's like motherfuckers like that don't have much time for you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But yeah, he was telling me how, like, you know, like when I met you 3 years ago, it's been like the same tunes, like the same old shit. I'm like, you know, like, wait a minute, like, how long you been working on your project? For like 15 years now, and it's still not out. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I didn't say all that.
That's mad crazy.
You know?
But you could have said that though too.
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfuckers be, you know, they be quick to say shit like
Yeah,
that,
because
you know?
he's around money, and he's got a little bit of a bag himself, but he's cheap with it. He's not trying to give none of that money up. He wants to use his bag to convince other people to bring him money.
Exactly.
And that's the game. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
So,
I know exactly
yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah, they don't never want to use their own shit. They don't ever want to put up their own fucking bread, even if they got bread. They gonna use their shit as like, oh, look at my net worth, loan me, you know, millions of dollars and shit.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah, so
that's crazy. Niggas trying to come at you crazy. That's a little crazy though.
That's a little too crazy. But you know what? I know what it's about. I know it's about this bag. So, however, I'm gonna take it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, however it's gonna be given to me, I'm gonna get it.
You need to.
I got to. I ain't got no choice.
I agree.
You know? Yeah. So.
Exactly.
And then he want to give me a motivational speech at the end, like I want Brian to be strong and all this shit, right? And all this other stuff, you know. But a lot of the businesses he was telling me, like I should start, was like, it's a funny audio, bro. But he was telling me, I should start like a maid service, or a pizza shop, or a furniture store, or selling jeans. Or, you know, some other shit. And a lot of the businesses he's talking about are businesses that I actually have interviewed. And I've seen how difficult their process is for success unless they can do what they're doing on a large scale. And it's not worth it. Because it takes too much effort, too much time. And the risk is just fucking insane. You know, look, how many pizza shops do we already have?
Pizza shops?
Oversaturated. How many maids... Pizza shops, pizza. Like,
pizza. Okay,
yeah,
got you.
Oversaturated, bro. What about maid services, cleaning services? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that takes, organization. Who you working with? You working with Mexicans? What you gonna do? Like, you know, low labor expense. What you gonna do? And then, you know, I knew somebody who just had. I know a couple of maid services that went out of business because they weren't making enough money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know. You feel me? You feel me? Like, I know this shit already. I know there's a furniture store on like Route 17 over here, and they make about $100,000 a week, but they're in prime location. They're a big store. They're a corporation already.
Right.
It takes a bag to get to that level. So how long? My goal is to build wealth. How long would it take me to build wealth with a fucking pizza shop? It'll take me fucking 5 years to start breaking even.
Right.
I can't wait for this bag. But people that fucking, you know, are around the bag or they comfortable, they want to give you advice that's like last, you know, that's just old advice. Like like Warren Buffett, he read every investing book he can get his hands on in his 20s. That's not going to work for today.
Not at all. Not the fuck.
The opportunity is gone.
Come on, man. This shit is ridiculous.
Dog, we know what to do with the bag already. We just need a bag.
Fucking tell anybody, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? This shit is ridiculous.
Yeah. We don't need to know everything like price to earnings ratio and all that stuff. Even though a lot of that stuff is like helpful, we don't need to understand
everything. It's important to be knowledgeable. Yeah, it's important to be knowledgeable about shit, but you don't need to know everything about it. You know what I mean? You just need to be able to have an intellectual conversation, know the fundamentals, and know what the fuck is going on. Like, for example, Mayweather. Mayweather don't know everything about fucking stocks and shit like that. He just know how to get to a bag, and he understand common sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
How to get more money.
Right. That's it.
Shit is crazy.
That's it. It's not complicated at all.
Not at all.
Fucking stay liquid. All resources are first taken and then reallocated back into society. They're gonna be taken easier in a recession. Secure that fucking bag. Stay liquid. Invest in that recession. When stocks lose 70% of their fucking value. You feel me? And then collect your fortune in the up market.
Exactly.
Fucking double your money several times over. Get that 10x, 15x multiple. You feel me? And then do it again.
Exactly.
Pull out, stick your dick back in the game, bro.
Exactly.
Do it again, man. Because America, man, this shit, like we don't realize like this is a fucking we live inside of a business.
Right.
Come on now, like I know we profit from experience, right? So there's two kinds of profit. There's profit in experience and profit in dollars. But profit and experience is not going to provide me food, clothes, and shelter and water and all that stuff. The essentials that I need to live.
Right.
I got to profit in dollars. You know, but I have so much experience already. I know, like, so I'm ready to capitalize off of the experience that I've acquired. Because if I had, say if I got $1 million last year, I probably wouldn't, you feel me? I wouldn't know the stuff that I know now.
Exactly.
Because me not having a bag just made me hungrier for the bag and made me hungrier with my exit strategy. Okay, when I get the bag, what am I going to do with it? How am I going to retain it? And I have that information. I have that established already.
Sure do. Sure do.
You know what I'm saying? I got the team that I want around me. So I have everything I need. I just need those fucking dollars. Start making those fucking moves. That's what it come down to.
That's what it come down to, totally. I agree. Yeah, 100%.
Man. Yeah, man. By 25, I want to have $5 million.
That's totally possible.
You know, I got 2 years. But I got 2 years to do it with a wealth of information that could have taken the average person a decade to acquire. I know the fundamentals. I understand the shit. Now it's time to get to a fucking bag.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're absolutely right. Still here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So we got to ensure victory.
Exactly.
We got to make sure that any situation we step into is a win-win situation for us. Whatever happens to the other side is cool, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be a win-win for us because nobody's giving us anything, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be extra hard on our businesses and how careful we are with this bag once we get it. Because like we can't afford to make a couple million and then lose it all on some dumb shit. Can you imagine that, bro? How excruciating that would be? See, I'd rather go through the pain of getting to this money slowly than getting to this money and losing it all.
True.
Because getting to this money slowly, it's very fucking painful. Because it's like you inching your way up, and you know what I'm saying? You really want to be at the top of the mountain already.
Yeah,
And you know you have the ability to scale the mountain pretty quickly, but you don't have the bag or the tools necessary to do that. So you climbing with your hands. You climbing with your hands. You getting your hands all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You got to use all your muscles to climb this fucking mountain and scale it. But with the bag, you would scale it pretty easily.
Exactly.
I think you sent me a picture about like with it was like money, right? It was like a staircase of money, and there was one like Asian kid climbing a staircase of money with ease or something.
Oh yeah. I think I said that to you a while ago.
Yeah, and the other dude was like he had a staircase too, but it wasn't no money on it. He was struggling to get over the hump.
Oh yeah. Actually, I sent that to you. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Yo, this money makes everything easier, man.
100%.
Period. So
That's 100%.
Yo, I respect the dollar because yo, that dollar is what rules this world we in. You know what I'm saying? If God's willing, I'm willing to get to a bag. You feel me? If God's willing, yo, I'm willing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yo, I appreciate that rap, man. Like you telling me what it was with like motherfuckers like that because, I mean, there's nothing you can't work with. That's nothing to work with in LA with 200,000. That's something that's extremely rare. He was saying that's extremely rare, but just the fact that you're limiting yourself to just that. Because I asked him about commercial, right? And he said he didn't want to have to deal with putting up large amounts of money and making sure that he gets his his return back or his principal back and all this stuff. And I'm like, yo, what if you have a team, manage it for you? He didn't care or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He was just closed-minded to that shit. But he's closed-minded because I don't have a bag.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of motherfucker he is.
It's crazy.
And I asked him like, yo, so how do you go about investing in films? He said, I don't invest in films because film is his passion, right? He said, I don't invest in films. I get investors to invest in films, so I raise money. I have a fund, and I raise money. And I'm like, well, how do you raise money? He said, well, you find somebody who's wealthy, and they can't be a bullshitter. They have to drive a nice car. They have to have a big house and shit. These are his words. You know what I'm saying? You just become friends with them. You be friendly.
Wow.
And that's it. You know what I'm saying? But he's still hustling, man. He's a hustler. He's just around the money, and he's successful at what he does, which is using his own wealth as collateral and as like a reputation. Like, say I'm already wealthy. He lives next to Leonardo DiCaprio and shit. So it's like, okay, you live up there, but he's a hustler. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's fucking hustling at some kind of level.
I like that. Everybody's hustling at some kind of level. I like that. That's absolutely true.
So you just have to find like what appeals to these people. Like, what's their self-interest? What are they trying to do? And then I hit you up with that shit. What he was doing with the Nitron movie or something. Like I read that. He's looking for $500,000 to $3 million. Like, so I'm like looking at like, whoa, how would that work in terms of like a finder's fee?
Well, let me ask you this: if you say he already raised $50 million, right?
Right.
So how much is he proposing that it's supposed to cost him for the film?
I don't know the details. I don't have all the facts, but I do know this. I do know that motherfuckers just say anything and say, "Oh, we raised $100 million, we raised this," to attract other people to get in. So like this. So it's like nobody's gonna tell you straight up unless you really inside. Like unless you really having, you face to face with these people and you involved in the process of acquiring this bag. But a lot of people like that article that was attached was like a public relations article and shit. And a lot of times in PR they hype shit up.
Definitely.
Even though Stan Lee's got a stellar reputation already and shit like that. It's like, okay, they might tell you they might tell you their goal, and they'll tell you that they achieved their goal already to attract you to the goal. You know what I'm saying? So their goal is $50 million. We don't know if they raised $50 million yet or not. I just know that Kia kept telling me he raised $50 million already, but this article came out a year ago.
Wow.
So what is it? Just peaked at $50 million now for a year? A year later, you raise $50 million. So, but these funds work different kinds of ways. They like private equity firms. They'll raise like $1 billion from other investors, institutional investors, regular investors, and they'll have the fund in their possession until they find a deal that they can invest that fund into, and get that pool of investors a return on their money.
Okay.
So. But man, it's a fucking game, man. This is about war, and we have to fight well. We have to make sure we're invincible before we go into war. Otherwise, resources and shit, they're just gonna be depleted. and we can't let that happen. You know, I'm reading The Art of War, and The Art of War is about
Sun Tzu.
Yeah, Sun Tzu. It's not about using your own resources. It's about taking from the enemy and using their resources to grow your empire. So we're not supposed to be using our own money and our own resources anyways. But that's what a lot of people will tell you. And I understand why, you know, like with the whole credit situation, you know how I'm about like business credit and personal credit and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's still you using other people's money and you letting them take on the risk, not you.
Right.
So it's like, it's just crazy, yo.
You right on that.
He said he drives a Mercedes, like a $50,000 Mercedes.
What's that?
Kia. He isn't, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, he was. I was telling him, because the way I got him to talk so much was I told him that he said he wanted to be a billionaire one time, you know. And that got him talking and shit, because he was like trying to prove that he doesn't need to be a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's what he said to me. He's not a billionaire yet, but he wants to be and shit. He said that a long time ago. So I brought that shit up. He was just telling me about, well, I don't need the money. I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And later on in the conversation, he was like, well, it just hurts me and it pisses me off that, you know, 1.5 billion people are stuck without clean water and shit like that, and how 500,000 children die a day from, you know, like poisoning and not having the right resources and shit like that. So he's like, if I had more money, I'd be able to fix that, you know. So it just kept coming up. Like, you downplay it, and then it comes.
Like a scam to me.
Yeah, you downplay it, and then you fucking bring it up. It's like, make up your fucking mind, nigga.
No, it sounds like a scam.
You know what I'm saying?
It sound like he just talking in the sense of he just want to. To me, it just sound like a scam. It sound like bullshit to me.
Yo, it's all bullshit.
Like he trying to get over it.
It's Hollywood shit, yo. It's Hollywood, bro. It's that Hollywood shit.
Oh man, that's crazy funny, man.
So,
yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's because you know that's how people always talk. I hear so many people talk like that nonsense. Honestly, I don't even want to hear it. Like,
it's that bullshit.
It just got to a point where I just want to be straightforward, 100%.
Right.
100% straightforward. Look, I'm in it to secure the major bag. And either you're going to respect it or you're going to accept it because you're not going to check it. You feel me?
Exactly. Either you're going to accept it or you're going to respect it because you're not going to check it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just is what it is, right?
Yeah. You know, when we move, man, we need as much inside information as possible. Not inside information is information that's not publicly available. We need to know what's going on.
All that information is for sale. You know that, right? It's for sale.
So say that again, what you just said?
All the information out there that we need is for sale.
All the information that we need out there is for sale.
We just need the bag to purchase it.
We just need the bag to purchase it. Man, Elaine said this shit yesterday. He said information is expensive. And information is knowledge before it hits paper. And I was just like, damn, and you saying the same shit. Like, for real, like the information that we need to get to a major bag is for sale. So that means contacts are for sale. But nobody's telling you.
So why do you think, for example, that, for example, look at, hold on, I was going to say something. We was talking about information for sale. Just lost it. Hold on. For example, why do you think... Oh, there we go. Got it. Why do you think that people pay to go to school? Pay to school because they buy the information. See, and that information is very expensive. But see, all information is not the right information. It's just information that's being sold. And there's a lot of people buying it because a lot of people are telling, hey, you need to go to college, you need to do this, you need to go that, right? People are selling you and telling you but they're not helping you get to the bag. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
They're just telling you that you need to go to college. You need to do this. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I know I may say certain things about certain people, but understand, I'm always getting the value, regardless. I'm getting the value out of every situation. That's my job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, priority number one is get the value out of any. So whether it's an asshole I'm talking to or a fucking dick, I'm getting the value.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's never a waste of time to me. You know, but it is time to get to this major bag, so that we can we can actually extract value out of what we know. Like, we know so much, and we didn't go to school.
Mm-hmm.
We on top of the game. We ahead of the curve. We got to be ahead financially, on top financially, because it has to match.
Exactly. Hey, hold on. Let me see what this is real quick. All right.
Yo, for sure. Yo.
Let me hit you back. I'm at this open house. That's why I'm coming in. All right.
All right, for sure.